Frenchie, hit the front, took over the lead, and it served Frenchie to run away with it. Second goes to Pacific Spirit, then came Flight Captain, and further back to Omega Onslaught.
I hope you all had a good weekend. We started nicely on Friday with our Springer system, and one of the videos showed you the anticipated Springer, which I explain is the fact that the bookies expect this horse to be heavily backed, and instead of being at longer odds like it should be or expected to be from the computer form, they open it at much shorter odds. And the first one was on race 6 on Friday, and we have a Sir Frenchie. Now Sir Frenchie was expected to start at 20 to 1. It was opened up at 3.3 to 1 and duly won. That was our first one in race 6. In race 8 we also had another one. This one was called Fabian. Fabian was expected to open at 14 to 1. It opened at 3.3 to 1 and won at 2.6, that's 26 to 10. So nothing on Saturday. I looked through there and I didn't see anything on Saturday. On Sunday at Grayville, there's only one. It wasn't quite as obvious as the other ones, but just the same. Lucky Night in race 4, that was expected to start at 6 to 1. There weren't any tipsters on the computer form that tipped it, but as obviously it was a good horse, but 6 to 1 was much too much odds. It opened at 2 to 1 and won quite easily. So there we are. That's our Springer system. That's helped us on our first lesson, number 1. Hi, my name is John Sweet, and I'd like to explain to you a little bit about why I think I'm qualified to teach you about horse racing and how to study form and how to structure your bets. It all started when I was about 13 years of age in England, and we were betting on the Oaks. I was at school and I took bets on what's going to happen on the Oaks, in the Oaks in England, and my horse which I chose was Sweet Solera, purely because of my name. It was the hot favourite and I won it, and that kicked me off. So, staying at school a few years later, I ended up in London as an assistant fashion photographer. As it happened, in the middle of London, in Drury Lane, his studio was opposite a betting office. And at that time, although I was still interested in the betting, my boss, who was a famous photographer, he was very interested in horse racing. And he used to send me across the road, just as assistant boy, to put a bet on for him on a regular basis. So then I started to study the form on the train from Hastings to London. It was an hour and a half every day each way. I used to study the form for the local paper, the Sporting Post, to see if I could supplement my measly income of only £5 a week. And what I noticed was there was a system that I saw in the paper called the Springer system. Now this is basically what I will show you how to do at the end of this video. But it is backing a horse which nobody fancies it in the betting, none of the tipsters tip it, and yet it gets backed. And I found that if I was backing these horses with my sixpence, I was making a good profit. So this got me very intrigued into horse racing. Anyway, fast forward a few years, and now I'm a photographer in my own right in Hastings. I've got my own studio. And as it happened, my studio was next to a betting office in St Leonard's then. And what I used to do, I used to take all my portraits of my weddings and that sort of thing, but then I used to lose my money to the betting office next door. So he was actually owned my photographic studio. Anyway, what happened then was that he had a small outlet in a holiday resort that he was able to sell. He had the license for it and he was prepared to sell it. So I borrowed some money and I became a bookie. And on this site, it was a caravan site, I had a small office there, and I was winning and losing money on a daily basis, but it really taught me to understand all about the insides of being a bookmaker. Now there were 1 or 2 clients that I had, they would win off me absolutely consistently, week after week. So what happened then is that I used to lay off and the other bookmakers used to pay me back, etc. Several years later, I then decided I wanted to travel the world. I was still in my early 20s. I thought I would travel the world and sell the betting office. At that time, these punters that were winning off me all the time, they agreed and showed me exactly how they won. Because as I was going and I wasn't going to stop them, then they told me what I recently, or what I called then, was the Rothman system, or I changed it, the IRS. And it is a way of studying form to ensure that you get excellent results. So I kept this under my hat because basically I'd finished with the betting office then and I was traveling the world. Fast forward a few more years and I eventually ended up in South Africa in 1994. So I noticed then that the horse racing in South Africa was very similar to the horse racing in the UK. It has obviously been based on England. So I started going to the races, which was locally, and it so happened that in Port Elizabeth, Arlington was just up the road from where we lived. So I went to the races and I studied. I bought a computer form and I couldn't work it out. I looked at it. I didn't know anything about the way it was categorized in the computer form. So I studied and watched, and then the whole bit of knowledge that I had, I started to use, and I started using what my punters in the UK had told me. And I went to the races one day and I took 3 fields and 3 bankers. And it was a very strong headwind, very strong tailwind that day. So I picked 3 front runners and took the fields, and it was on a 10-cent unit then. And I outlaid, I think it was 40 rand on it altogether. All my 3 bankers won. Plus, we had some of the rubbish turning up in the fields. And I picked up 13,500 or something like that, which was a lot of money down in 1995. So I thought, well, there's more to it than this. So I started to study the computer form more and more. And I thought, well, I know it inside out now. I'll advertise in the computer form to see if anybody wants to learn how to study the form. And I did, and I sold it for 50 rand a copy. Then people started asking me, how about tips? Will you send me tips? Well, I said, well, of course I would, because I was new in the country. So then I started my tipping business, and it became very popular. And I was sending them out by fax then, hundreds of faxes. It took me all morning to send them out. And fast forward a little bit further, and I started to write some books. I wrote a book on how to make money backing horses, how to make money with maidens, how to structure your bets. Then I decided on the IRS, which was the secrets that I'd learned from the UK, from my punters in the UK. I then showed them my IRS exactly what to look for and how to put it all together. That was the important bit. It's one thing knowing how to take all the best form of the horses, but it's another thing to put it all together. How much weight do you allow, and how important is it? It's the same jockey, and all things like that. And I put it together into the IRS, and that's fine. It worked well, and it still works well. But knowing how to study form is only half the battle. You've got to learn how to structure your bet so that you can make the most out of your selections. So we then made software. We made the Jackpot Genie, the Pick 6 Genie, Quartet Genie. Yes, they're the ones I made. So what I'm doing now, and I've been doing that for years now, and as the computers and software gets faster and better, I'm now able to do it very easily from home. Now, what I've decided now, it is time to teach people on a course exactly how to make money back in horses. And you can use me as a mentor, and I will show you in videos how to make money back in horses, how to study the form, how to structure your bets. I'm going to do this on a monthly basis, and I will produce approximately 10 videos a month showing different aspects of the horse racing. We'll start off with the novice, for the people who are not really fully understanding what it's all about. I'll show you how to open an account, which computer form you must subscribe to get your computer form or buy it. You need to use form grids, and I'll show you exactly how to use that. And I'll show you all you need Then I'll show you how to study it and put it all together and how to make your bets. There'll be about 10 videos per month, and I'll also, when I've studied it, I will do this on a one-to-one basis with WhatsApp. And when I see something good, I will actually give you my personal tips to go with it over the course of the month. But it's more than likely only to be for Fairview and for the Val. They're my two favourite. But I'll show you how to do it. So that basically is what it's all about. I'm going to charge a monthly fee of £1,000. This, as I say, this will be 10 videos and my tips. I think it's very fair. And if this interests you, you can just drop me a WhatsApp, because we're starting in March. I'm only looking for about 20 people. I can do it all nicely. I can work full-time on this with 20 people. If you'd like to be one of those 20, then please let me know. Just drop me a WhatsApp and we can start in March. Pay a deposit to guarantee your place, and we'll take it from there. I know that I've got a lot of clients that I've been dealing with over the last 20 odd years that know me and have bought from me and would like to now take it to the next stage where you can make your own decisions and make them properly, the same as I do, and we'll do it from there. Okay, if that helps, let me know. Give you an idea what I'm likely to do. I made a thing on Facebook to say what the course is likely to be, and I'll read them out. I'll show you how to study the trainers' habits. I'll show you how to recognize false favorites, how to find the value bets. These will all be separate videos. How to find out if the trainer is plotting a coup. That's an interesting one. There's certain things that trainers do that is different to what they normally do, and you can see that they're plotting a coup. That's a good one. How to identify if a jockey is out to win, if he's trying, or if he's giving the horse just the race to get it fit. I'll show you how to win huge pick sixes. This is going to be using my pick six genie, but it's there. I'll show you which bets the bookies hate to lay. Now that I know for sure, and I can show you how to put them on without getting your account closed. One interesting video I'll be showing is only back winners. Now that's a good one. You'll enjoy that one, only back winners. These are going to be, this one might be into the second month. I'll be publishing them every 2 or 3 days so we can follow along and I can keep you up to date, so it's a full course. Right, how to find maiden winners. That's a nice one. I've also written the book about that. How to make money with exactors, how to make money on the PAs, how to make huge jackpots. There's certain ways you can guarantee that if the jackpot wins, you're going to be close, or if not win it. And I'll show you how to avoid getting your account closed with the bookmaker. Wish I'd known this before I was chucked off, but now I know what to do so not to be chucked off next time. Finally, how to win trifectas and how to bet like a pro. These are all the different types of videos that I'm going to show you step by step right the way through the course. Each one will be an individual video. You'll get it posted every 2 or 3 days. So if you think that's value for money, I think you'll make your money back on the £1,000 by either the tips that I give you or the tips and winners that you'll find yourself once you've do the course. Okay, contact me, you know how to do it. WhatsApp, let me know if you're interested and we'll take you from there. Thanks for watching this video and speak to you again soon. Bye.